sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. I'm on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. Why can't I hear shit? Are we going through this again? Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Check 1, 2.
Right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Check 1, 2. Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and
Check
SHR
1, 2.
Media has just been unleashed to the...
I have no idea what's going on with the board again, but the board is giving me the funky funkies. Sorry about that. Welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here, and we have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, every day, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a broadcast, it's simple. Just go to shrmedia.com or Reaver of Common Sense. Dang it, this has my timing all off and everything. If you want to watch a live broadcast, go to Reaver.1, click on the SHR TV button. Damn, that just totally screwed everything up. Oh, sorry about that. But you could also go to YouTube, search for SHR Media. While you're there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And last but not least, you can go to Facebook and go to the Reaver of Common Sense. Don't forget to hit the like button to keep up to date. Damn. Totally foobarred. Let's see something. Gonna check on something real quick. Alright. That seems to be doing good. Check one last one since I had that issue on startup. I hate this board. I hate this board. I guess it overheard me talking how I want to replace it. So maybe it got a little jealous or something. I don't know. It is what it is. But I'll tell you this. I think its mother was a cheap compactor. That'll get it working. Maybe. Possibly. Someday over the rainbow. My laptop isn't the best of the best out there. So it's kind of slow getting up and going. Sort of like me in the morning. Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, any day now. The laptop is built from basically leftover parts. It's a Frankenstein. It's a Frankenstein laptop. Have you ever had one of those days? And that's how this is starting out. Flyers game again. Oh, you missed a shot. Totally flubbed on it. All right, let's see how this sounds. That sounds good. We're good to go. And we are good to go from here. Ooh, the Flyers just took the lead. Great. Woohoo! Boo Rangers. Wonder who scores. Damn, McDonald. Old McDonald scored. Doesn't happen that often. Nah, that got redirected. That got redirected. That had to. Old McDonald. Whew. That was actually a nice shot. All right, we're not here for a sports conversation. We're here for politics. And now that we have all of our equipment up and running, everything's looking good. We have sound. We have liftoff. Still crazy. It is still crazy out there, people. I don't think we're going to see anything close to sane for a very, 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 very long time, if ever again. I don't think this country is ever going to be the same again. We're so, I don't even want to say we're divided, because when you say divided, you kind of think, or at least I do, you think 50-50, and I really don't think it's 50-50. There's more people that are against the bullshit that's going on. When you look at polls that are going on about this NFL kneeling bullshit, the polls are showing people find it offensive and they don't want it. When they watch football, they want football. It's as simple as that. People don't want this childish games that are going on. And thank you, Jeff. Is it Jeff or Jeffrey do you go by, bud? Nobody wants this bullshit, this extracurricular activity. All they want is Congress to work together. Congress is so fearful right now. I've been preaching this for God knows how long, before all your big-time Rush Limbaughs and Sean Hannity's and Bill O'Reilly's. This is going back to the primary. I said Trump winning and Trump being successful will prove that you don't need career politicians in that office. Or in any office, you don't need career politicians. And they're fearful because they have it locked up that you have to be a career politician. You have to be a lawyer. You have to have this massive law degree behind you. No, you don't. It's this elitist, and that's both the Democrat and Republican. They're fearful right now because their grip on this country is crumbling. So that's why you see like the McCains, McConnells, Paul Ryan. That's why you see them all running in fear right now, they're trying to act like they're playing ball. But they don't want to play ball. They want Trump to fail. And so far, he's not. What he has done is shown the weakness of this country. He's shown that we don't need career politicians. And the sooner the Democrat Party, whichever party finally wakes up to this and embraces it, whether it's the Democrat Party or the Republican Party, whichever one embraces that Trumpism is the one that's going to take control of this government. Because we've proven already. That we've proven that we're going to do what we think's best. You know, Trump, pick Luther Strange. And the people went, no, that's not who you need to get behind. And a lot of people understand why he got behind Luther Strange. I understand. He's trying to play ball. He's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to not play politics, but there is some politics that you do have to play, whether you like it or not. You do have to play some politics out there. So he's trying to do that. But the people are going, nah, we're going to vote for more. And they're not pissed at him. And that's it. That's got probably all these big-time pundits and experts scratching their heads because they figured, all right, here it is. We'll get him to go back up Luther. And then his people are going to be pissed at him, and they're going to turn their back on him. Oh, wait a minute, they're not doing it. I respect Trump's right to pick who he wants. I may not agree with it. Damn. Yawning again. Seems I can never catch up on my sleep. And then when I do, I sleep too much. I know it's being announced. Bob Corker has announced, I should say, that he is not going to run for re-election. I think, and he's not the only one. There's multiple Republicans that have said that. There's a couple of Democrats that said they're not running for re-election. I think right now Trump has a lot of these people scared. He has them scared because they would rather walk away than take a loss. And I think they realize, and this primary that's going on in Alabama is showing them that, hey, they're probably going to get primaried this season. Oh. Where we are. And exactly, Jeff. That's exactly it. The people are basically saying no, they're not going to back Luther Strange, and they're not turning their backs. Though that's the thing; they're not turning their back on Trump, and it's actually a very good thing. And this shows that you can have different opinions, different ideas, but still respect somebody and do it in a cordial way. Trump's not out there attacking us. No, he's taken it, on the chin. He's even apologized. He shouldn't have to. It's his opinion. He has the right to whatever opinion he wants. Okay, let's go to these idiots in the Football League. They think there's all this oppression. Well, now I'm also hearing it's not about disrespecting the flag. They have no problem against the flag. They don't have a problem against the police. Then what the fuck are you kneeling about? But, all right, you have those feelings. You have those opinions. I think you're a moron for having it, but it's your right to have those opinions. That doesn't mean that I agree with you kneeling. I find it quite distasteful. I find it disrespectful. A lot of great men died so you could protest with your stupid ideas. But to disrespect that flag, there's a time and place. But you know what? You're still human. You have the right to your opinion. I just don't agree with their opinion and how they're going about it. But mostly, I don't care. I don't agree with how they're going about it. If they did this on their own time and went protesting, some other way, whether they sat with pacifiers in their mouth after every game in protest against, I'd say, who cares? Great. You can take a pacifier and shove it up your ass, too. I mean, I wouldn't care. It's the fact that you're disrespecting that flag. And it's typical of liberals. And I've been saying how this whole movement that we have going on with the liberals, it seems to be like a repeat of the 60s. And we went from spitting on soldiers, figuratively spitting on soldiers, to, literally spitting on soldiers, to figuratively spitting on the country. It's the same act, just in a different way. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old. Maybe I'm just too old and I'm just getting too crotchety. But it's... I mean, I was talking to my dad again today. And it's the same thing. It's... He can't believe what he's seeing. And I've talked to other people older. And they're the same way. They can't believe. They don't understand it. But it goes to also, can we come back together as a nation? Can we? And I've said it before, I don't know if we can, and that's the scary part. I want to. But the liberals have created such a divide within us, and it's funny because we've been saying that for about 8 years now, how the Democrats have been pushing this divide. And now they're trying to capitalize and saying Trump's causing the divide. And I ask, what has he said that's causing a divide? Well, he's... You know, they always come up with the most asinine statements you can think of. Sort of like, he's a racist. He says racist things. What does he say racist? He wants to build a wall. Oh, God. You're a moron. I just called to say... Sorry. Come on, if you've been listening to the show long enough, you know strangest things enter my head, and I gotta say it. I gotta say it. What pops in this noggin is said. I don't know. I don't know where we're going as a country right now, and it scares me. I mean, freedom of speech is under attack from the liberals. I mean, from their attempts to, this is hate speech. This is hate speech. This is hate speech. Everything's hate speech if it's something that they disagree with, which is their way of silencing. Till actually physically trying to stop people from speaking. Antifa, Berkeley. But it's... And I know I've talked about it before, but it's... I mean, I'm not the only one that it weighs on. I know other people, because I get people contacting me for what I'm doing and asking me my opinion, and it's... This one I don't have an answer for. I'd love to say yes. If it was up to the conservatives, I would say, would certainly, yes, we can come back together. Because we're more tolerant, actually. We accept other people's opinions. The liberals can't take opposing opinions. It sends them into a Twitter. Excuse the pun. You know? They're the ones that are the divide. They can't talk to anybody with opposing views. I like to talk to people with opposing or different views. Creates better ideas. All right, it is time for a break. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plain. Whoops, wait a minute. Something's all goofed up. There we go. We'll be right back.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American maggots won't. BZ is fundamentally changing America one diaper at a time. Just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, where the speech is free, but the drinks are not. The Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night, commencing at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, where pushback is a requisite art form in and of itself. Let your ossicles be truly liberated when you listen to the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, only on SHR Media Network. No ferrets were harmed in the making. In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cap for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show. Also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to SHRmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the Unpleasant Blind Guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. And if you want to watch a live stream, it's easy. Just go to reaver.one, that's REAVER.ONE, and click on the SHR TV button. Yippee, skippy. So it's being said that President Donald Trump is being blocked from knowing he can pardon WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange in exchange for information vindicating Russia of hacking allegations, according to Republican California Representative Dana Reckenbacher. Trump told reporters Sunday that he has never heard of a potential deal with Assange. And, quote, I think the president's answer indicates that there is a wall around him that is being created by people who do not want to expose this fraud, that there was collusion between our intelligence community and the leaders of the Democrat Party, Reckenbach told the Daily Caller Tuesday in a phone interview. Reckenbach met with Assange in August at the Ecuadorian embassy in London, where the WikiLeaks founder has lived in asylum since 2012 due to now dropped sexual assault charges in Sweden. However, American authorities are reportedly still investigating Assange for his role in disseminating thousands of classified U.S. documents. The California congressman told the D.C. in August that Assange promised him information that reveals Russia is not behind the hacking and leaking of DNC emails during the 26th election, a U.S. intelligence officials have claimed. The U.S. intelligence community has also said that Russia's state actors were involved with the hacking and leaking of Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta emails. Reckenbach told the D.C. Tuesday that he didn't go into details other than the DNC with Assange. The WikiLeaks founder has previously said that Russia was not the source of either the Podesta or DNC emails that his site released. Reckenbach said that a pardon would likely have to occur for Assange to give up this information about the source of the DNC emails. Assange has long maintained that he would never reveal source, but Reckenbach said that Assange now wants to get out of the Ecuadorian embassy. Reckenbach told the D.C. that he has yet to view the information Assange says vindicates Russia, but that Assange would be able to exchange it if the president is on board. The president is able to preemptively pardon someone. The congressman spoke to a chief of staff, John Kelly, 2 weeks ago about the potential deal with Assange. The Wall Street Journal reported that Kelly told Reckenbach to bring the information to the intelligence community. This would have to be a cooperative effort between his own staff and the leadership in the community, intelligence community, to try to prevent the president from making a decision as to whether or not he wants to take the steps necessary to expose this horrendous lie that was shoved down the American people's throat so incredibly earlier this year. Several media outlets have covered Reckenbach's comment about a potential deal with Assange, and Trump is known to be an avid consumer of media. However, it has recently been reported that Kelly is blocking certain news articles from reaching the president's desk. Reckenbach previously worked as a speechwriter for President Ronald Reagan and had told the D.C., this happens in every administration, and it's a great disservice to the president. It's an undercutting of democracy when the guys who's elected, his staff takes it upon themselves to make the decision rather than let the actual president make the decision. I am confident that if the president is permitted to know that this avenue is open to him to debunk the horrible lie that was told to the American people about him stealing the election with the help of Russia, that I think the president will accept it if he is permitted to know. Damn, sorry about this. I don't know what's worse, allergies or sinus infection. And I'm battling off a sinus infection right now. Oh, I hate them. I get them every couple of years. I used to get them every year, like 2-3 times. I mean, so bad it pushes my teeth down. I think since John Kelly got in, he's blocking a lot of information from getting to Trump. He's blocking people from talking to Trump. And he's blocking the wrong people. And they're trying to control him and turn him into a typical president, which that's not what we elected. We elected Trump as Trump. And these people are trying to turn him into, Bush or Obama. And that the only thing that is going to do is hurt him from ever getting reelected. And they need to get a tighter grip and a tighter look on that. That maybe whoever's doing it, if it's John Kelly, he needs to really take a look at that and decide what information he's going to let them get. More one? Nice. I didn't even see. I was waiting for that. I kind of figured he was going to win. He was having the numbers. And thank you, Jeff. Thank you for that information. And that's the funny part is McConnell spent $30 million to try to defeat Moore. And it's sort of like what they did with Trump, spending all that money to try to beat Trump, and it didn't work. They tried to beat Judge Roy Moore, and it didn't work. I'm looking over. 9:28. It was called. That was quick. That was quick. The Senator Leadership Fund conceded before the AP even called it. That was quick. Damn. That was I figure, and I think we're going to see more of that, where the challenger is going to beat the incumbents, because the people are tired of the crap we got in there now. Jeff Flake, you're next. McCain, if you're up, they're just going to be knocked down. People are tired of it, and we're taking back control. We learned with the election of Trump that we have the control, that we can control who is elected. We keep getting told, no, your vote don't count. It's predetermined. It's predetermined. It's predetermined. Well, it wasn't predetermined with Trump, and it wasn't predetermined with Roy Moore. So now he has to go up against the Democrat. Let's see. Trying to get what the difference is right now. Right now, he has a roughly 13-point lead with 51% reporting. That's damn good. And he was cleaning up county after county after county after county. Right now I'm only seeing 3 counties so far that Moore is leading in out of God knows how many. I mean, this shows that when the people band together, this is what we could do, people. We elected Trump against all odds. We elected, Alabama just nominated Roy Moore against all odds, against $30 million thrown against him. Now, Trump has even already said that he will campaign for Moore if Moore wins, and he even apologized, saying he made a mistake backing Luther. Well, that's a good thing. Maybe if we can get some real goddamn American-loving Republicans in office, we can get Obamacare repealed. We can get real tax reform done. Maybe then we can get term limits put in place. That would be nice. I saw a thing. Hillary Clinton was bitching and moaning. Oh, and they're trying to do a convention, constitutional convention. They want to change the Constitution on us. They want to overthrow the democratic process. Oh, little does she know that is part of the process. Little does she know that we just want to put in term limits. Hillary Clinton, the joke of the year. Oh, joke of the century, I would have to say. This just made my night. Glad to see Moore win. So now it's going to be Roy Moore defeats Trump-back Luther Strange in Alabama runoff. That just is typical. Let's see what this article is. Come on. Tip. Correct the scoop about Obama, Facebook, and Russia. Embarrassment as Washington Post corrects its scoop about Obama, Facebook, and Russia. The Washington Post has made a correction to explosive cover story that undermines the entire premise of Monday's front page article headline, Obama sought to prod Facebook on Russian role. The problem, according to Facebook executives, is that when Obama reached out to the social media giant in 2016 to discuss political disinformation spreading on the site, he didn't actually call out Russia, essentially making the Post headline misleading and inaccurate, or as President Trump would call it, fake news. As first reported, the Post added significant information to the digital version of the story with the disclaimer the story has been updated with additional response from Facebook. The response from Facebook didn't make the paper's print edition is vital and changed the story enough that the word Russia was removed from the updated headline. Oh, Flyers just scored in overtime to win the game. Goody gumdrops. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. And we will be right back.
breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American maggots won't. BZ is fundamentally changing America one diaper at a time. Just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, where the speech is free, but the drinks are not. The Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night, commencing at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, where pushback is a requisite art form in and of itself. Let your ossicles be truly liberated when you listen to the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, only on SHR Media Network. No ferrets were harmed in the making.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cat for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to SHRmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Hey, look, we got 2 peeping Toms in the chat room. We got 2 viewers that are incognito. Listen, when you're in the chat room, just sign up. You can do Facebook, Twitter, so many different ways. Join in the conversation in the chat room. Jump in. I don't care what you got to say. Don't bother me. We have freedom of speech. As long as you're not kneeling, we don't care. So, Greg Popovich. He's the San Antonio Spurs head coach, Greg Popovich. had plenty to say in response to President Trump's denouncing national anthem protests while speaking Monday at his team's media day. Popovich called the United States of America an embarrassment and followed that up by saying white people especially need to be made uncomfortable for any change to be made. There has to be uncomfortable elements in the discourse for anything to change, whether it's the LGBT movement, women's suffrage, race, it doesn't matter. People have to be made to feel uncomfortable, and especially white people because we're comfortable. We still have no clue of what being born white means. Let me make all these comments, but put in black. And see how quick I'm called a racist. But yet they can attack white people all day fucking long, and it's perfectly acceptable. Racism is racism, no matter which color you're attacking. And it's shit, well, black people can't be racist. Bullshit. I'm getting sick of this shit right here. This is what pisses me off. And I know it pisses a lot of you off, too. Because I'm getting fucking tired of being blamed for every goddamn thing that's wrong. Guess what, people? My life didn't turn out that great either. And being white didn't fucking help me with anything. In fact, because I'm white, I'm expected to work. I don't get disability. I'm expected to fucking work in all pain and agony. Don't tell me there's this privilege and that they have to make me uncomfortable. They make it sound like it's so peachy keen to be white. Try being a white fucking male where everything's your fucking fault nowadays. Hey, look, you farted. It's the white man's fault. Look, I made bad choices in life. White man's fault. I don't make enough money. White man's fault. Guess what? It's not my fault. My headphones aren't working right. White man's fault. I'm so tired of it. I'm done. I'm done with it. Tell me I gotta be made to feel uncomfortable. Hey, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself with a cactus. That's what I got to say. I'm not going to feel uncomfortable because you think there's issues. You sound like a racist to me, making those types of comments. Sounds very much racist when you make dumbass comments like that. And I know I'm not the only one that's thinking this. And Popovich said, because you were born white, you have advantages that are systematically, culturally, and physiologically or psychologically there. And they have been built up and cemented for hundreds of years, but many people can't look at it. It's too difficult. What the fuck kind of shit are you smoking? There's no advantage. Is there a black entertainment channel for me? Or, excuse me, is there a white entertainment channel for me? No. Is there a white college scholarship? No, but there's black college scholarships. Is there a white Miss American universe? No, but there's a black Miss Universe. Time and time again, there is stuff specifically for blacks. There's no White Lives Matter movement. that's acceptable. And I wouldn't accept it anyway because all lives are equal. What you're trying to do, Popovich, is take an easy route by putting another race down to try to make excuses for shortcomings or for failures. It's just as difficult being white, but it's easy for you to blame all your problems on me. Take responsibility for yourself. I know, I'm a racist for the comments I made. I know that's what they'll... You're racist for that! How dare you! Go fuck yourself. I know. My language. Go have anal carnal knowledge with a cactus. Does that sound better? I'll make sure you pour sand all over it first. And besides, they don't call me Jersey Joe because I speak nicely. Oh, man. And it's absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. Everything is everybody else's fault. It's the white man's fault. If I came out and said it's a black man's fault, you are a goddamn racist. But if, it's a white man's fault. Oh, you're so enlightened. Oh, my God. Psychological racism that goes on within the liberal party. It's okay to be racist against whites nowadays. Everything's the whites' fault. So the professor at California State University, Fresno, is doubling down on a tweet he made earlier this year in which he said that President Trump must hang. In a curiously sympathetic profile in Politico, self-identifying Marxist professor Lars Mayachaka Waka comes across as a man who harbors no guilt over his February tweet, which called for President Trump to be hung. Bingo. Bingo, Jeff. Jeff, let me know, do you go by Jeff or Jeffrey? I don't want to be calling you the wrong one, because I know some people like to be referred to in certain tenses, so, this professor, he got in trouble for making that comment. And at first he was sorry, I shouldn't have done that, I shouldn't. Sort of like the Kathy Lee Griffin. First she's all apologetic. When she realizes people aren't buying her bullshit, she doubled down on it. His original tweet was, to save America, to save American democracy, Trump must hang. The sooner and the higher, the better. Hashtag the resistance. Hashtag death to fascism. As he's using fascist techniques to counter out. But shortly after the tweet received attention in the media, the president of California State University, Fresno, Joseph Castro, said that although the university would continue to review the situation, that the doctor did intend to incite violence. The doctor reiterated that it was not his intention to incite violence or harm others. However, Fresno State has the responsibility to continue a review of the situation, Castro claimed. Despite the backlash and the potential that he will lose his job, the doctor claims that he doesn't regret the tweet. You can't honestly regret saying something that was true just because of the consequences. I'm with Martin Luther King on that one. Here I stand, I cannot help it. The doctor told Politico that the tweet, despite its specific language, were meant to convey what might happen to President Trump rather than what the doctor personally felt should happen. Even though that the doctor's most inflammatory tweets in February used the phrase must hang and the sooner and the higher the better, he says he was making a descriptive claim about what might happen to Trump, not a prescriptive one about what should happen. That was the point of those tweets, he insists, to say that you're going down the dark side. There isn't much I could do about it, but historically, it hasn't gone unpunished. Well, Jeffrey, there is, and I agree with you, there's a lot that are declaring death threats against the president, and there is laws against it, but they're not being enforced. You put one or two of these fucking liberals on trial, and you're going to see them zip their lips with these little outbursts. Because it's, I meant it as a joke. I was emotionally upset when I said it. No, it's not an excuse. They wouldn't have taken it if and when those comments were made about Obama. And I'm not trying to, bring Obama into this. If you made death threats against Obama, you made these comments against Obama, you deserved. That is the president. I didn't like Obama. He was still the president. He still got elected. I might question the legitimacy, but until I could prove anything, he was legitimately the president for 2 terms. And we should not be threatening a president. That is supposed to be against the law. Never met the man, never heard the man, but I mourn the loss of JFK as an American. He was an American president that was assassinated and should not have. Abraham Lincoln should not have been assassinated. He was an American president. I never met them, never heard them speak. So the shit that the liberals losing, hey, Dave, what's going on, my brother? It's getting ridiculous, and this guy's doubling down. Well, I think the Secret Service ought to double down their efforts. They start prosecuting a couple of these assholes, and you're going to see them zip their lip real quick. They're going to stop it. They're going to stop real quick. And it shouldn't be. We should not be having anybody, whether it's even if Hillary had won, I would not respect anybody making death threats against the president. That is uncalled for. And make it a death threat, that's treason to me. And the Flyers won in overtime. I am so happy. I hate the New York Rangers. Boo Rangers. Which, of course, is my father-in-law's team. Hey, we lost last night to overtime to the Rangers, and we won tonight in overtime. That's a good sign, but we're still, I think last night we had a lot of our younger guys playing. Tonight we had, I know we had 3 rookies on defense, and a couple of our offensive guys were rookies, and we're still able to pull out. It's going to be an exciting season because I sure as hell am not going to be watching any NFL. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American maggots won't. BZ is fundamentally changing America, one diaper at a time. Just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, where the speech is free, but the drinks are not. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night, commencing at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, where pushback is a requisite art form in and of itself. Let your ossicles be truly liberated when you listen to the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, only on SHR Media Network. No ferrets were harmed in the making.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying capitalist, stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to SHRmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. So coming up top of the hour is BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, hosted by the great BZ. Pull up a chair. Remember, the speech is free. No one kneels, but the drinks cost triple. So, NFL sponsors are starting to push back over anthem protests. And one sector in the NFL has been fairly quiet over the constant protests during the playing of the national anthem. However, a few NFL advertisers and sponsors are beginning to make their opinions known. Moreover, some are finding customers telling them what their opinions are. Now, also, if you go to Reaver.one and click on the first article, I have a list that I have started of, well, actually, I have all the companies that sponsor the NFL. And I'm working on the email addresses of those CEOs. I have a decent amount of their emails. Email them. Let them know you are not happy that they are sponsoring this disgusting company. And let them know that you won't buy their products if you so choose. I'm not calling for a boycott, but if you are as disgusted with it as I am, the only way we're going to get them to stop is we have to hit them where it counts, and that is the bank account. And you take away that advertising money, they're going to crumble like a cheap cookie. So, you have Ford Motor Company, Nike, Under Armour, Hyundai, Motor, Anheuser-Busch, and several others issued statements in support of the players' right to protest against the country during the anthem. However, trying to have it both ways, many of these companies also reaffirmed their own support of the flag, the country, and their patriotism. Many of the statements mentioned the American tradition of individual rights, but they also said that they support flag and country. Hyundai, for instance, we stand for and respect individual freedoms to express their freedom, First Amendment rights in any peaceful manner in which they choose. We also stand for inclusion, freedoms, and all that represent those values. Ford told customers that they respect the individual's rights to express their views, even if they are not ones we share. That's part of what makes America great. For its part, sports apparel giant Under Armour said it stands for the flag and by our athletes for free speech expression and a unified America. It's therefore a unified America, as this act is separating us further and further away. It is not unifying us. It is causing more of a divide. Exactly. Dave, the unpleasant blind guy's in the chat room. He says, yeah, lefties always begin with support for the flag. Then they support assholes who disrespect it on the job. You can't have it both ways. And you can't. You really can't. Can't say, well, I respect the flag, but, I don't understand. But if you go to Reaver.one, that's REAVER.ONE, and click on the first article, you will see a list of the sponsors with the CEO's name and their email address. I even have a sample letter, a very basic, that you could send. Again, don't threaten. Don't make any vulgar statements. Be respectful. Be straight up. Hey, Golf Dog. Be straight up with it. And just let them know that if they continue, you will not buy their product. Now, again, I'm not calling for a boycott. I'm putting that out there to make it easier, because I know there's people that want to do it, that want to contact these companies, but they didn't know how to go about finding the email addresses and all that. So I just thought I'd, give a helping hand to try to be a helpful Jersey Joe. Oh, boy. I don't know about anybody else. It's a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of millionaires. The average player makes $2.5 million a year. Complaining about oppression and all that crap. Yeah. Sorry. Not buying it. Really, I'm not. Oh. And that's the funny thing is, there was Chelsea Handler, and it really got to me. She's been attacking Trump, calling him a fascist, calling him a dictator. But then she wants the military to take control of the country. And then she turns around and says just last week that she would like to. Hang on. Damn autocorrect. Hold on, Jeffrey. Damn autocorrect. I really hate autocorrect. That she would like to trade leaders with North Korea. And, oh my God, how dumb can you get? And this is how dumb they are. She wants to trade leaders with North Korea. She wants to get a leader that kills any opposition, is a true dictator, and if she made the comments that she has about Trump, about Kim Jong-un, she would be dead in North Korea. I was bad earlier, and I know I discussed it a little bit last night, but I was bad. I mean, and it's funny how she made her celebrity status because she wrote books, and she does it in a joking manner about banging all these guys. And it just, oh my God. Hell, I should be a celebrity then. For sleeping with a lot of people, hell, I could become a celebrity then. Oh, man. I don't know. But yeah, it just... Yeah, I know. I wish they would move to the Middle East. Go to North Korea. Go to China. They talk so great about all this stuff. Go to Venezuela. They love socialism. Go to Venezuela. You know, I'd love to see one of these celebrities going through the garbage to get food. I don't know. Is that where we are as a country anymore, where we got people praising dictators? Said that a little too fast the other night when I was talking to my wife, and she thought I said dictator. I was like, oh, God, honey. My daughter's sitting there just looking at Scott. Ew! I don't know. It's... Oh, trying to go through. There's a... The one I don't understand, one of the sponsors is USAA. After the NFL pisses all over the military, they still sponsor the NFL. It's amazing. Which is funny because members of the USAA, which is an insurance company that caters to members of the military, are organizing to demand that the insurance company drop its sponsorship of the NFL, and the company's community message board section on its website is deluged with demands that USAA dump the NFL. And that's the thing. Right now, keep with the low ratings that they're getting. Hitler and Kim Jong-un were / are dictators. Yep. Now they've proven there's CIA documents that Hitler did not kill himself in that bunker, that he lived for several years and was in South America trying to revitalize the war against the United States. CIA was tracking him. Uh-oh. There's a fight in hockey. Fights aren't the same anymore. But, I think the boycotts are going to go because, I saw empty seats and stands. People are burning tickets left, right, and center on Facebook. People are fed up. It's beyond. And I think last night with the Dallas Cowboys pushed a lot of people over the edge with it, and I think they're going to be done. And what that's going to do is NFL has already had to give money back to its advertisers. Because when they do sell the blocks out, they promise X amount of viewership will be there to view the commercials. And when they don't get that, they have to refund, which is not often, but it's happening more often with NFL nowadays. And if we keep the pressure on, and they have to keep, the sales go down on advertisement, commercials and advertisement, and if you get a couple of sponsors starting to back out, NFL's going to have to back out. You got empty stands, the owners are going to have to come out and say, guys, knock it off. You start hitting these owners in their pocket, and you will see an end to it. But I think that might be too late at that point. How many people are going to want to go back? I know a couple guys on Facebook that they started banning last year, and they found out their life's better. They don't have they have more time for their family. They have more money. They're not buying tickets to the stadium. They're not getting involved in all the fantasy footballs. It's... Once the downslide happens, it's going to take decades for NFL to get back. And Goodall's going to go down as the commissioner that destroyed the NFL. Because there's issues with they're trying to take the physical hits out of the game, which is pissing a lot of people off. And the rest of the stuff that's going on, football may never recover. And then you're going to have these millionaires complaining that they're not getting money anymore. I had Big Sarge on last night, and he said he canceled his package, and the lady said that they had like 1,000 phone calls for people canceling and wanting a rebate on their NFL packages. And in fact, it made an article in today's paper, or one of the news sites. I can't remember which. I didn't pick it out. But people are canceling their packages and wanting rebates, and it's going to hurt the NFL. NFL is now hiring somebody that's going to be their crisis communication, because owners are going to start panicking soon. I'm telling you, before halfway through the season, it keeps going the way it is now, owners are going to panic. Yeah, DirecTV is giving refunds. That was one of them. And then DirecTV is going to be going after the NFL to make up for that loss of revenue. NFL is going to be in trouble. I mean, they're looking at $200 million right now loss. But we'll see. Hey, you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American maggots won't. BZ is fundamentally changing America, one diaper at a time. Just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, where the speech is free, but the drinks are not. The bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night, commencing at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, where pushback is a requisite art form in and of itself. Let your ossicles be truly liberated when you listen to the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, only on SHR Media Network. No ferrets were harmed in the making.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying capitalist, stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to SHRmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. Oh, don't forget, coming up top of the hour in about, 34 minutes, will be BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, hosted by BZ himself. Pull up a chair, take a seat, do not kneel. The speech is free, but the drinks aren't. So, the funny thing is, Dave, you were talking about the excuse about why the ratings are down. Now, there's the group of they don't just have us boycotting NFL. And I don't want to say boycotting because it's just I'm just not watching it. I'm sick of it. They have the group that's mandating that Kaepernick gets signed. And they said if he didn't get signed, they were going to boycott. So you got a group on that side that's refusing to watch NFL, and you have this side that's refusing to watch NFL. So they're kind of getting it from both ends, and it could very well be the end. This is the end. I won't be doing that ever again. The other night I played Rocket Man, Elton John's Rocket Man. Holy shit, I played 31 seconds. 31 seconds. YouTube banned my whole show. The whole 2 hours of my show. Oh, it allowed the video to play, but wouldn't play any of the audio. Because I played 31 seconds instead of 30 seconds of the song. I was like, son of a bitch. So I had to delete like 31 seconds of my show, to get everything back on air. I was like, that pissed me off. That really pissed me off. 31 seconds, and they filed, Mercury Records filed a copyright action against me and shut it down. That was... So, Elton John, fuck you. That just pissed me off. So, House Republicans are renewing a call for a second special counsel. What they're calling for now is House Republicans on Tuesday formally renewed their calls for a second special counsel to probe 2016 controversies involving Hillary Clinton and the Obama administration following allegations that former FBI Director James Comey drafted an exoneration statement for Clinton weeks before interviewing her. Yeah, I know the 30 seconds. I didn't realize I went to 31 seconds. That's 31 seconds. 1 second over and they dropped my whole damn show. Come on. That's going a little far. I don't understand if I played the whole song, but I played 31 seconds. And I still question whether it was 30 seconds. Because I know if you keep it usually under 30 seconds, they don't bother you. But with the Republicans on the House Judiciary Committee, who first called for a second special counsel appointment in July, cited several factors in a letter Tuesday to Attorney General Jeff Sessions and his deputy, Rod Rosenstein. In this case, it appears that Director Comey and other senior Justice Department and government officials may have prejudged the matter before all the facts were known, thereby ensuring former Secretary Clinton would not be charged for her criminal activity, they wrote. This is what pissed me off. We have Republicans in charge, and we don't have a special counsel for Hillary. That should have been done a while ago. And no, you can't blame Trump on everything because it's in the Department of Justice hands. And specifically, it's in Rod Rosenstein's hands. It's in his hands. Because Attorney Jeff Sessions recused himself from anything to do with Hillary or Russia. So Rod Rosenstein was quick to appoint one for Trump. He should be just as fucking quick to appoint one for Hillary. You know what, Dave? You're right. We have Republicans in charge, but we don't have conservatives in charge. I'll agree with that statement wholeheartedly. Maybe they're conservatives, but as I talked about earlier, we have these establishment members that are in there that are so afraid of Trump succeeding. And as I explained earlier, that if he succeeds, that proves that we don't need career politicians, and it blows their jobs out of the water. So they would rather tank and lose, have the Republican Party lose control as long as they're able to keep their jobs. That's all they care about. But we should have that second special counsel already in place. And the claim has prompted some lawmakers to call for Comey to return to Capitol Hill to resolve discrepancy in his past statements. Why? We've seen it, these goddamn Capitol Hill little circle jerks don't do shit. We had them over Benghazi. We had them over Loretta Lynch. We had them over the IRS. We had them over Health and HHS. They don't do shit. People lie. Nothing happens to them. Hillary Clinton, proven she lied in those sworn testimonies at Congress. Nothing happened. It's a joke. When these people sit there and lie outright, and they get away with it. That's why I get pissed off when Jeff Sessions testified on something, and a couple of the answers he wouldn't give an answer on. And then Democrats, oh my God, he didn't answer. He pled the fifth. What the fuck did Hillary Clinton pled the fifth? Or excuse me, she didn't remember 37 goddamn times? I mean, we get that all the time. You call into Congress, I don't remember. I can't remember. But they can remember what the fuck your opponent did 500 years ago. Their memory is very selective. They can't remember why Hillary Clinton was doing her own private email server. Oh, I don't remember that conversation. But they can remember these other conversations to a T when it comes to besmirching somebody else. That's the shit that pisses me off. You have Comey outright lying nonstop, he's been. He admits he lied about certain things to get that special counsel. And as soon as that statement was made, Rod Rosenstein should have said special counsel done with. It was created underneath false pretenses. Right there, it should have been done with. He outright lied on his statements, and he admitted he lied so that he could get a special counsel. Only in Washington can you admit you lied to government officials to get what you want and not get charged. Yeah, you know what? Golf Dog, you're exactly right. It's like the NFL memory. Allow protest against the flag, deny tribute to fallen Dallas officers. Or you can kneel, go ahead, you can kneel during the anthem. Hey, I just scored a touchdown. I'm going to kneel down and thank God for allowing me to play. Oh, no, you can't do that. You're out of the league. Tim Tebow got pretty much ran out of the league for kneeling. And now it's all the rage. I'm just, Dun, da, da, da. Things just, oh my God. Such bullshit anymore. In the beginning of the show, I said, I don't know what's going to happen to this country. We can't go back to what we were. We're too divided. We're too cynical, too, at the same time. Nobody really trusts anything anymore. I don't trust our government. I mean, I trust Trump to a certain degree, but I still, to a certain degree. And, I still don't trust Trump. I never will. I don't personally know the guy. I mean, I have a lot of faith in him, but trust is a little bit different. I think he's going to do what needs to be done. I think he's going to do what's best for the country. But there's still always the devil that's out there trying to get things riled up. I don't know. Yeah, because he was white too. Yeah, exactly. Tim Tebow wasn't allowed to kneel because he was white, and he was also doing it for Christianity. You know, and I don't know. Where are we going to go from here, people? Where are we going to go? And I can see, especially with Roy Moore win tonight, I think you're going to see 2018 be a very strange year because you're going to see a lot of incumbents lose in the primaries. I think there's a movement going on. I still think Republicans are going to win, but I think we're going to have a lot of new Republicans in office. People are tired of what's in there. And we put the Republicans in majority for the most part, and they haven't done shit. They've sat on their hands. Trump is encouraging illegal violations of NFL players' constitutional right. All right, Dave, take it easy. Prayers. Problem is, the government is not coming after them. The government is not taking away their free speech. And even if the companies fired them for what they're doing, that is not unconstitutional. Free speech amendment has to deal with the government passing law to limit your right to free speech. A company saying that you can't piss off the customers is not a free speech issue. I can't work for X, Y, and Z, ABZ. I can't work for X, Y, and Z company, have the customers come in and insult the customers and expect to keep my job under the aspect of, oh, I'm just saying free speech. Welcome to Mr. Doopy's Burgers. How you doing? Why don't you go fuck yourself? I don't like the shirt you're wearing, so I'm not going to serve you. Oh, you can't fire me because that's free speech. Hello, unemployment? Yeah, I got fired. And that's exactly what's going on. Now, let me tell you, this woman should be kicked out of the house, too. Sheila Jackson Lee. She took a knee on the House floor. She took a knee on the House floor. Unbelievable. Unbelievable what these so-called politicians will do. And as I said before, all they're trying to do is get little sound bites. Their little 15 minutes of fame. I don't. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, and we will be right back.
You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American maggots won't. BZ is fundamentally changing America, one diaper at a time. Just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, where the speech is free, but the drinks are not. The Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night, commencing at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, where pushback is a requisite art form in and of itself. Let your ossicles be truly liberated when you listen to the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, only on SHR Media Network. No ferrets were harmed in the making.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
This is Jersey Joe, host of the Reaver of Common Sense, and you're listening to SHRmedia.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm here to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey expansion is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to watch a live stream, it's easy. Just go to reaver.one. That's REAVER.ONE. And click on the SHR TV button. You can also go to YouTube and search for SHR Media while you're there. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Keep up to date on all the great shows. Great shows like what's coming up at the top of the hour. BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. And don't worry, BZ, I have the ultimate answer for you. When in doubt, hit it with a sledgehammer. It'll make it work great. Just hit it with a sledgehammer, and it will work. I'm telling you. Sackhead Sean will thank you for it. And for those that don't know the joke, Sackhead Sean, Sackhead Clint, they went and got a brand new, up-to-date, high-tech, new soundboard. So now BZ has to use it tonight, and he's kind of having a little electronic phobia. But I have total faith in BZ. I know he'll figure it out. I know you will, my brother. So, let's see, where are we? NRA did an ad. We will not take a knee after heroes charged into battle through bombs and bullets. And that's something my dad was really pushing today when we were talking. There are so many Americans that gave their lives. And they cannot stand anymore. They gave their legs, their arms, their eyes, their lives. They gave up birthdays of their kids, birth of their kids. Some of them, well, they're not married anymore. They lost their wives. They lost their husbands. Some of them missed funerals. Why? Because they went and fought for that flag and everything it stands for. And it's not the fact that they're exactly kneeling on the flag. It's the disrespect that they're giving to that flag, how they're talking about the country. They're disrespecting those that gave their lives. Because when you stand up for me, when you stand up for that flag and the anthem, what you're standing up for is what's great in this country. The fact that we have so many choices. The fact so many people have voluntarily laid down their lives so that I might go to any sporting event or any event where they play the national anthem and have the freedoms that I do. That's what pisses me off. I've had problems with Uncle Sam over the years. I always stood. Even in my rebellious years, I still stood for the country. I may have been against the government during my rebellious years. I still am against the government sometimes. But I still stand for the flag. As much as I question where we're going to go from here, I do not question the greatness of this country. We have some rough years, but we also have some great years ahead of us. Because no other country can we have the conversations we're having in this country. No other country can we have the disagreements that we're having in this country. I'm proud of this country. Everything from start to finish. We've had good, we've had bad. We've learned from our mistakes. We've grown from our mistakes. It made us a better country. It made us better men and women. And when you talk about slavery, no other country went to war with itself to end slavery. We did. There's still countries that have slavery. There's still countries that trade in black slaves. Muslims. So, before you idiots overpaid, elitist, whiny brats decide to take a knee on Sunday, remember what that stands for. And remember just what you're disrespecting by doing it. And think of the image you're giving these kids. Yeah, it's good to protest. It's good to stand up and keep the government in line. There's a time, a place, and a way. On the right, we get a lot of things done. We don't protest. We don't stop other people from talking. We don't impede others' freedom of speech. We do our thing. We do it right. and we let it shine through. Scary that we have to have these conversations like this nowadays. It really is scary. It's scary that my 13-year-old, almost 14-year-old daughter understands the flag better than some of these adults do. She understands what's great about this country. It's sad. All right, I'm going to stop lecturing and get off my soapbox right there. But I'll always stand for those who can't stand anymore. Always. I've always done that. And I always will. I'll stand for justice. I'll stand what I think is right. So the border wall prototype construction has begun. The construction of President Trump's promised prototype border wall began on Tuesday. 6 companies that won the competitive bidding process will begin testing various types of walls. The companies will be building 8 test sections of wall on Tuesday. Today is the day the dirt actually moves. It was reported from the area. The reporter said that it will take about a week or two before anything significant is constructed. Just a few weeks ago, the finalists were announced by U.S. Customs Border Protection. The companies selected to build the 8 prototype were Kendall Construction Company out of Montgomery, Alabama, Fisher Sand and Gravel Company out of Tempe, Arizona, Texas Sterling Construction Company out of Houston, Texas, and W.G. Yates & Son Construction Company of Philadelphia, Missouri. The concrete border wall prototype will allow CBP to evaluate the potential for a new wall and barrier design that could complement the wall and barrier design we have used along the border over the last several years. As the border security environment continues to evolve, CBP will continuously refresh its own inventory of tools to meet that evolution. In June, one contractor produced a video showing a prototype of the wall, and the prototype will be built in San Diego sector in Southern California. In anticipation of the construction start, San Diego police officers and sheriff deputies placed no parking signs along the roads and street near the border, the Los Angeles Times reported. The ban went into effect on Tuesday and extends until November 10th in the county and November 1st in the city. Officials were working on establishing a free speech zone where protesters will be allowed to express their opinions. U.S. Customs and Border Protection in San Diego's Sheriff's Department vehicles could be seen driving in the area on Monday in advance of construction startup. So we know we're going to see a lot of protesting going out there. You know, as I reported, California's trying to halt the construction. They're trying to sue because of environmental bullshit excuses. I'll leave it at that. But the problem is they've been exempt from it due to past laws that were issued. I'm trying to see what else can we squeeze in. I can never get this guy's name right. So I'm going to go to the wife. Wifey, wake up. Wake up, wifey. He was the New York attorney, U.S. attorney. I don't think that lawsuit, well, of course it's going to go somewhere because it's being filed in California, so you got liberal judges. But it's kind of hard that they're going to be able to do anything because it's a federal law that was passed in the 90s sometime, I think it was. And it's never been challenged before. So it's been around that long. I don't see how they can challenge it on the validity of the law. And it's probably going to stand because, well, it's been passed for a long time. All right, so what is this asshole's name? Barara. He was the ex-U.S. attorney. Barara's, well, his prosecutor record is in trouble because another blow has been given to his record. Barara was fired by President Trump earlier this year and has since emerged as a prominent Trump critic. During his time in office, he launched a high-profile anti-corruption campaign targeting Skilos and others. But the Second Circuit Court of Appeal threw out the conviction of Skilos and his son, granting new trials. The court found jurors in the case were wrongly instructed in light of a Supreme Court decision following their 2015 conviction. The High Court ruling narrowed the definition of a corrupt act. Because we cannot conclude that the instruction error was harmless beyond a reasonable doubt, we are obligated to vacate the conviction, the court wrote. All right, I just noticed the time. I'm actually going to have to leave it there. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Golf Dog. I want to thank the Unpleasant Blind Guy, my good buddy Jeffrey, and, of course, BZ for being in the chat room. Thank you all for listening. I will see everybody tomorrow. Coming up next is BZ's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Good night.
You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.